This is the Wellness Club, where we dive into all things wellness, from nutrition to fitness to productivity and more. We are exploring the science to help you feel your best inside and out. I'm your host, Cass Camp, and I am so happy that you're here. Welcome to the club. Hello and welcome to the Wellness Club. My name is Cass. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. As you're listening to this, July 1st, 2025, we are officially halfway through the year, which is insane. I can't even believe that it's 2025, let alone halfway through 2025. But that means we're officially 6 months away from 2026. Which is crazy. What better time than now to lock in and glow up for the rest of the year? I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like I need to glow up. I need to lock in. So I figured what better way than to do it on this episode. I'm going to give you all my tips, all my tricks, kind of like my glow up routine, because 6 months is creeping up. It's going to be 2026 before we know it. So we're talking physically, mentally, financially, all the different aspects of your life. We're glowing up in every single dimension. The first thing that we have to do when we want to glow up is assess the situation we're in right now. We got to assess the moment. We got to assess our routines, our goals, where we're at, and what we need to do. This is like the game planning session before the glow up. I personally like to use pen to paper, whether it's in a notebook, on a giant whiteboard that I have, or you can use your notes app. It's really up to you. But I kind of brainstorm the different areas of my life that I think are personal or important to me in this time period. So for example, my categories that I'm going to be focusing on are work, the podcast and the wellness club in general, social life, and my fitness and my wellness. Your categories might look a little bit different, whether you have a side hustle, whether you're really trying to work on building friendships, whether you're trying to work on a hobby, whatever it is. Figure out your categories for your life, maybe like 3 to 5 categories that are important to you. And I like to do this kind of in like a bubble graph. Like, I don't know what it's called, but basically I put the 4 categories in different circles on a page, and then I draw lines out of them to put the different things that I want to do in each category. This helps me personally just organize my thoughts, because I feel like I have a lot of different things going on at the same time that it doesn't make sense for me to just write one big list. I kind of have to categorize and separate everything to the different parts of my life and who I am. And it helps me focus on it. And it also breaks it down where I'm not completely overwhelming myself. Like, I'll give myself 3 to 5 things under each of those categories of things that I really want to focus on and work on. So take out a piece of paper or take out your notes app, take out a whiteboard. I love writing on my whiteboard. I have like a giant one that I got from Facebook Marketplace that I write all my tasks and everything on. But start brainstorming under the categories of your life, what you want to be doing in each one, how you want to feel, what kind of hobbies or habits go under each one, and really start figuring out where you want to be in those categories. And honestly, under this, I'm not talking about writing down goals. I'm talking about specific tasks that you can do that are going to help you reach the goals that you have in your head. Some things for me, like for example, under social life, I have different trips that I'm going on this summer. I have different habits or hobbies that I want to do with my friends this summer. I have people that I want to reach out to and reconnect with. I have different things under my social life that I want to get to this summer and to the rest of the year. Under podcast and the wellness club, I have different goals that I want to get to this summer and for the rest of the year, like setting up a video, or I have people that I want to reach out to and collaborate with. I have the retreat. I have events I want to host. Like, I have different things under each category. And yours might look different. You might even have like a finance one, and you're putting how much you want to save by the end of the year, what kind of thing you want to do each week to help with that goal. Whatever it is, whatever your goals are, whatever things you want to work on, write them all down. Just put them however you need to put them. And when I write this out, it's messy. It's not cute. It's not aesthetic. It's just for me to get my thoughts onto paper. This is really important to reassess, get a pulse check on where you're at and what you want to do. Because let's face it, some of the goals that we set for ourselves January 1st, 2025 are not even relevant or important to us now. And if you're not feeling connected to a goal anymore, why would you even try to achieve it? It's okay for your goals to change. It's okay for your priorities to change. And I think 6 months into the year is a perfect time to reset for that anyway. You can absolutely look back at your bucket list from January 1st, 2025 and use that to inspire you. But the goals or the habits might have changed. Maybe you even tried one of those goals and you realized it was either not attainable, it's not right for you, you don't care about it anymore. Whatever the case is, it's important to reassess and reevaluate so that you can continue to improve. And who knows, take this time also to reassess. Maybe you did achieve some of those goals and you're proud of yourself. This is a perfect time to celebrate as well and start figuring out the next thing for you. So take a few minutes and categorize your life into like 3 to 5 different priorities or dimensions of your life that are important to you, and then figure out what you want to do under each one. Maybe you have specific goals that you want to achieve. Maybe you have specific habit you want to start working on, but start putting it down pen to paper. After that's done, unfortunately, it's not enough to just write it down and post it on your wall. You got to start doing something about it. And this is where I have the hardest time because I'm a visionary. Like I can see my life. I can see what I want to do. I can write it all down. I can write the steps to get there. But actually doing it is obviously way harder than it looks. And one of the biggest things that helps me when I'm in this phase of wanting to do a lot, but not actually taking the steps to do it is silencing the noise that we're surrounded by. There is so much noise around us that just influences how we feel about ourselves, our self-esteem, our habits, literally everything. And when it comes to doing something different and something that's out of your comfort zone, that noise is usually the first thing that's holding you back. Whether the noise is social media and who you're following and it makes you feel bad, or it could be your coworker circle and the gossip that you guys talk every day. It could be the negativity from family and friends. They're complaining to you all the time. Maybe you're watching TV shows that affect you. Maybe you're scrolling on Reddit. Like there are so many things that we do and watch and see and hear that it's definitely affecting how we feel. And I know that I'm really sensitive to this. Like if I'm watching certain TV shows or I'm in a habit of going on my phone and seeing certain stuff, it really affects me from doing things that are out of my comfort zone. I have people ask me like, how do you start a podcast or how do you start a different page? I want to start posting on social media. I want to do this. I want to do that. And the best thing I can say is you have to silence that noise because that noise is what's holding you back. It's keeping you in the same conversations, the same circles. And it's really hard to step out of your comfort zone when you're constantly listening to that and hearing that and seeing that. It's really hard to start a podcast if every time you're on social media, you see someone making fun of someone else that has a podcast or complaining or getting canceled. It's really hard to start a workout routine for the first time if every time you're at work, people are bashing someone for eating healthy. All of these things distract you and keep you in the same loop, the same circle. And I'm saying this because I get in it too. But the best thing you can do first is mute that noise, whether that means deleting social media for a few weeks or unfollowing people, whether that means not being as available to coworkers, friends, family that talk negatively and complain to you, or if that means being a leader and changing the conversations that are happening around you. If every time you go in the break room at work, someone's complaining about something, change the conversation. Change it around. Be the positive person in there. All of this is definitely easier said than done, but this makes a huge difference because when you silence that noise, the negativity, the complaining, whatever it is that's holding you back and distracting you, you start to hear your own thoughts again. And all of that is going to bring you back to that dream, that thing that you want to do, that thing that when I say it's time to lock in, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? That's the thing we're talking about here. I'm not really talking about like the glorified goals and dreams like, oh, I'm going to drink matcha every morning and I'm going to do my morning pages. I'm talking about the real dream that you might not even tell your friends, your family, your boyfriend, like the thing that's actually in your heart that you really want to do, but something's been holding you back for a while. That's the one I'm talking about. I honestly think everyone has a dream like that, a dream that is so loud to them and it's in their heart, in their soul that they might not even be doing anything about right now, but they think about it every day. I think everybody has at least one of those dreams. And I think the people that are living it are the ones that just had the courage to do something about it. And you can be one of those people. Absolutely. but it starts in what you're listening to and what's affecting you mentally. Going along with this, another thing that really helps me when I want to lock in and glow up is switching up my social circle. And I'm not talking about cutting people off and going MIA from my friends and just being a completely new person. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about connecting with people that maybe I don't connect with as often, but are similar minded and have similar goals as me. Now that it's summer, I feel like I have more time to do this too, but I've just been reaching out to people that I've either connected with in the past that I haven't really spoken to, or people that I see through social media that are doing similar things. And this, if you want to ignite a fire under you, this will do that. Connecting with the right people that you can actually talk about your goals and your aspirations is so inspirational and motivating. I can't even explain it. You just have to do it. For example, I got coffee with one of my old clients who became a friend. She's probably listening to this, Gabby, if you're listening. And we had such a great conversation. Like literally we were at the coffee shop for like 2 hours. And the only reason we left is because we had to leave. Like I had a doctor's appointment. We talked about so many things. Conversation just flowed so naturally. We talked about podcasts and she's going to start one. And we brainstormed different ideas. And it was just so like healing and natural and inspirational. And it makes you want to have those conversations more. If you actually want to take steps to work on your goals, you got to tell people about it. And I think the best people to tell are people that are in it with you and that get it. It's not always the wisest to go straight to your friend group or go to your family and tell them like these big career or just personal goals that you have if they're not really in that field. But you can find people that have similar aspirations or have been there before or are into it the same way you are and talk about it with them. You can reconnect with people that maybe you went to high school with and now you see they're doing something similar, or even like Facebook groups. There are so many Facebook groups online that are for women or for women doing XYZ or people interested in this or people interested in that. You can find people that are local to you. And this is something new that I've been doing, but just being in these Facebook groups honestly inspires me. Like I like reading what people similar to me, my age, my demographic are achieving and doing in my area and in my community. I think that that's really eye-opening and inspiring. And to me personally, it makes me see that what I want is attainable and I can do it because there are other people doing similar things. I think sometimes we get caught up in like our normal routine, normal friendships, normal conversations, normal habits on the weekend, just everything kind of flows and it's the same. But if you're trying to switch something up, you got to switch something up. Like if you really want to change your life and glow up and lock in, you got to change the habits and the things around you. And like I said, this doesn't mean cut your friends off and stop talking to them. You can absolutely still hang out with your friends and see other people and have different conversations. But I think that that's an important thing. And for me, that's a big priority for me right now is connecting with different people. There's nothing more beautiful and amazing than when you connect with people that are like similar minded or have similar goals and you just have those conversations about it. Like that makes me so inspired. It makes me want to go home and just immediately work on what we've been talking about. It empowers me to do more. It's just motivational. And then it also gives you somebody that can hold you accountable to the things that you said you wanted. Because that's important too. If you have this dream or this goal that's in your heart, that's great. That's a place to start. But you also need people that are around you that are going to be like, hey, I thought you wanted to do this. Because that's going to pick you up when you're feeling low or you don't want to do it or you're scared or whatever the case is. Maybe as you're listening to this, you know somebody that you've wanted to reach out to that you maybe have been nervous or you haven't talked to them in a long time. I really encourage you, just reach out to them. DM them on Instagram, text them. What's the worst that could happen? I've been DMing people on Instagram that I kind of know through mutual people. Some of them answer, some of them don't. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You know, it's not embarrassing. It's not weird. I think it's a good thing. And when it works out great. So, and usually like 95% of the time, the other person's happy you reached out to, and they're happy that you had the courage to do that and got connected, and it'll be a good time. And then the last thing that I want to leave you with is when it comes to this dream or this goal that you want to achieve, whether it's starting a podcast, whether it's going to the gym and really getting serious about your wellness journey, whether it's starting to post content, whether it's switching your job, whatever it is, I could sit here till I'm blue in the face and tell you, you got this. Write it down, make a plan, look it up, watch a YouTube video, all these different instructions, right? But at the end of the day, you literally just have to do whatever the thing is. And I know that that sounds like, okay, obviously, but truly, whatever that thing is, you know what it is. You've probably researched it a ton. You probably know way more than you think you do, and you still don't feel ready. At the end of the day, you just have to start. And my personal advice when it comes to this is be impulsive and just put something out there. If you want to start a podcast, just make an episode today and post it today and start it. It's okay if it's not perfect. It probably won't be, honestly. And that's the whole point, because you're going to start moving the needle. And that's all we want here. When I started this podcast, that's exactly what it was. I waited years and years before I ever started this podcast. And I was just researching, watching videos, learning about it, buying the equipment. But I never actually did the thing until one day. It was right after my 23rd birthday. I said, I'm not waiting another year of not doing this. Like, I'm not doing it. And now I'm almost at 2 years of doing this podcast pretty consistently. I've missed like a few episodes in all this time. That first episode, I mean, you could go listen to it. It's probably horrible. I refuse to go listen to it. But that's what moved the needle and got this started. And that's going to be the same thing for you if you're trying to start a podcast, whether you're trying to post on YouTube, TikTok, whatever you want to do. It doesn't even have to be social media related. It could be going back to school. It could be reaching out to somebody, whatever it is. You literally just have to do it. Even if it's wrong, even if it's bad, even if it's not perfect, it probably won't be. And that's okay. You got to get comfortable not being perfect at things, because that's when all the progress happens. That's when everything good's going to happen for you. I promise it's all going to work out. We get very stuck in a planning phase, or at least I do. Like, I love to plan. I love to write. I love to goal set. I love to journal. But at the end of the day, that does nothing except organize my thoughts. That's not going to start the actions that I need to achieve what I want to achieve. And so many successful entrepreneurs and people that I listen to on podcasts and videos, they all say they just started before they were ready. They started when they didn't know what was going on. They started when they didn't know anything. They started with some dream that it didn't even really make sense for them. And they just started it. And they're successful. And yes, do they have mistakes and did they have low points? Of course, we all do. But you just got to start. And don't just listen to this and say, yeah. I want you to think about something you can actually start today that's out of your comfort zone, that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Whether today you post an Instagram story, whether today you record the podcast episode, you make the YouTube video, you sign up for classes online, or you go to an orientation. Do something. You post yourself in a Facebook group and try to connect with people. Literally do something, but something that's not just looking it up and reading about it. We have 6 months until 2026. And I personally refuse to let this year fly by and look back and say, oh, I should have done more. That is like the worst feeling, is looking back and saying, I should have done this. I should have started then. I should have started now. Because in 6 months, if you give yourself these next 6 months to work on whatever you want to work on, you know how good you're going to be in 6 months? You're going to be way better than you are right now. But guess what? If you wait until 2026 to do this, you're going to be like, I should have started 6 months ago. I should have started before. I should have started sooner. And the last thing that I will leave you with is my favorite quote of all time. One of them: leap and the net will appear. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve, just leap and the net will appear. Everything will figure itself out. You will figure it out. You're way more capable than you think you are. You have more going for you than you think you do. You can absolutely do the thing that you have in your mind. I also like to tell myself there are less qualified people doing what I want to do. And that helps me feel better. It's like, if there are other people making podcasts that have no credentials and know nothing, I can figure this out. You know what I mean? Whatever it is for you, the same thing is true. You know what those people have on you that are quote unquote less qualified? They have balls and they have courage and they just go for it and they post themselves. And you can do that too. You can have the courage to go and do the thing that you want to do. But it starts today. So happy July 1st. Let me know what you think on Instagram. Follow at the Wellness Club XO. Thank you for listening, and do something today that's out of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself, please. Have a great 4th of July weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.